On to West Asia then, Israel has brought back the remains of the last hostage held in Gaza region. It's the body of Ran Gvili that was returned to Israel 843 days after Hamas attacked Israel. That was on 7th of October of 2023. The remains were escorted by a police convoy from the Gaza border to Israel's Forensic Institute in Tel Aviv. People gathered outside the institute and police officers saluted as the vehicles arrived. 24-year-old police officer Gvili was killed at Kibbutz Alumim during the October 7 massacre. His body was subsequently abducted. Ahead of the return of his remains, his sister posted an emotional message expressing her grief as well as her relief.
Wow, I feel an insane sense of relief. I feel relieved. I'm sad. I'm very sad that it ended this way, but it had to end at some point. And I'm so happy that he's coming back home. Rani is on his way. Rani is coming.
Israeli police held a ceremony for their slain colleague after the retrieval of his remains. His father, as well as other relatives, military officials and members of his police unit were the ones who were carrying his coffin. Israel's President Isaac Herzog and his wife removed yellow hostage pins and other symbols from the president's residence, which also marked the return of last remaining hostage held in Gaza region. The president and Prime Minister Netanyahu also spoke with the deceased parents.
I am pleased to announce to the citizens of Israel, to the people of Israel, that I have just informed the Gvili family that our forces have found Rani and he is currently on his way home. This is an extraordinary achievement for the state of Israel. I promised to bring everyone back. We brought them all back, down to the very last one.
President Donald Trump also lauded the return of the remains of the final Israeli hostage, congratulating his officials for facilitating the release. Sharing a post on Truth Social, President Trump said, and I quote, "Just recovered the last hostage body in Gaza region, thus got back all 20 of the living hostages and all of the dead," unquote. In fact, footage released by the Israeli military shows what it says is the operation to recover body of the last hostage that was held in Gaza region. Another video that surfaced showed troops singing the Israeli national anthem surrounding after finding the remains of the last hostage. Israelis in Jerusalem also voiced relief. The residents say that they were sad for his killing, but happy at last that the family can have a closure and start healing.
This is the first time that in my children's lives that there's no Israelis in Gaza, and I think that's just absolutely incredible. And I think as a nation, we should just be over the moon about this. We're all so thrilled to finally have everyone back in Israel.
Police officer Ran Gvili was one of the 251 hostages captured and taken to Gaza by Hamas. The hostage handovers are part of the first phase of the US-backed ceasefire deal, which began on 10th of October last year. The recovery of the remains could potentially pave the way for a limited reopening of the Rafah crossing between Egypt and Gaza region. Israel has said that it will only allow reopening of the corridor once all hostages are returned.